we're going to get the Pentagon to rise in the air. The Pentagon's a very evil symbol. It's a symbol of evilness in almost every religion in the world. And we're going to assemble a mass of holy men to surround the Pentagon. And they're going to surround it with chanting and love and drum beating. And the Pentagon is going to rise into the air on October 21st. And when it gets about 300 feet in the air, it's going to start to vibrate. Slowly at first, and then a little quicker. And all the evil spirits are going to pour out, falling all over Washington. We're going to do a lot of other things. We're going to close National Arlington Cemetery because it's too filled. There are enough people dead already in this country from wars. We're going to close that. We're going to defoliate the cherry trees. We're going to throw psychedelic bombs like the one at the end of the table. We're going to bring that down to the Pentagon. We're going to do things like that. And we're not going to leave. We're going to stay there. We're going to stay there.
I remember there was a group. They were very good at creating things. And they were going to levitate the Pentagon, the yippies. And there were tens and tens and tens and tens of thousands, and there's famous pictures of it, of these flower kids putting a flower in the National Guard, the barrel. Famous picture of that.
I've seen the picture.
Seen a million times. Well, I was in Washington for that demonstration. I enjoy struggling. For me, there's no other way. Never has been. Never. If anybody has any complaints about that, they write me or they call and they say, you don't like this country? Leave. So I used to say, you know why I don't want to leave? Because wherever I go, I'm going to be subjected to American foreign policy. Where can I go? Where? Go with the Eskimos in the North Pole?
In the name of all those killed for causes they do not comprehend, in the name of the lives of the dead soldiers in Vietnam who were killed because of a bad karma, in the name of sea-born Aphrodite, in the name of the Magna Mater Deo Medea, in the name of Dionysius, Zagreus, Jesus, Yahweh, Sabaoth, Yahweh, we call upon the Spirit to raise the Pentagon from its destiny and preserve it in the name and all the names.
Those who are in power, historically, not now, 100 years from now, 300 years ago, those that are in power will do everything, including murder, to stay in power. Money. Have you ever heard of a president of a country, dictator of a country, senator who died broke? It's impossible. It's impossible. Can't happen. No country in the world. It's impossible. My mother used to say, for money, you get honey. If you're broke, you're a joke. Let me tell you, the closest I came to a government official, I tell the story, I've told it. I was flying from New York to Los Angeles, and 2 seats away from me is an empty seat. Is a famous director, another shit in Hollywood, famous director. And suddenly, in front of me, directly in front, his head is right about there, sits down Henry Kissinger. And his, whatever, gopher aide secretary is sitting next to him, right in front of me. I'm here, and there he is. And the director leans over and says, Al, you know who that is? What are you whispering? That's Henry Kissinger, the mass murderer. What are you whispering? Kissinger didn't turn around. The director starts sliding down, afraid that if Kissinger turns around, he'll see him. And it's like we say, his ass would be grass. And he's sliding down, and he's trying to make a hole in the bottom of the plane to get out. I said, that's a big deal, Kissinger. And I start to run down the things that he's done, and this and this and this and this. In Chile with Pinochet and everything. Never turned around. And I have a fairly loud voice. His, whatever you want to call him, his secretary, his aide-de-camp, I call him a gopher, turns around and stares at me. Doesn't say anything. I say, pardon me, are you lost? Are you looking for your father? I'm not your father, sir, because if I was your father, I would kill your mother. He turned back around. We flew to Los Angeles. That's it. That's the end of the story.
Just take the longer to stick to the mountain.
Al Lewis, grandfather of the monsters. 1 minute at a time, and he'll be in office.
Help create history in New York State. Get the Green Party on the ballot. Get Al Lewis in the governorship.
Get on the ballot. We need 10 seconds. Great. Thanks a lot, man. Signature above the dotted line.
I won't tell them. I won't tell them.
I want you to be honest. I know it's difficult for reporters to be honest, but try it one time.
But you don't expect to win.
Oh, I do.
You seriously expect to win?
I do everything seriously.
Now, can I ask how old you are?
How what?
How old are you?
I'm not old. I'm 88 years young. Old? Ha! Young. What are you talking about? I'm young. You're old. I'm young.
You got it.
What's happening, Bo? You all right? How you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah, that's good. Are you a registered voter?
Grandpa.
Sign. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. How are you? Good luck. I don't need luck. I got talent. You know who needs luck? A loser. I'm not a loser. Did you?
Grandpa Al Lewis,
Did you
governor.
sign? Did you
I
sign?
did.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good luck, Al.
Thank you. They're all standing around admiring me. I don't need no admirers. I need signatures. You need an alternative.
Oh, yeah, right? How you doing?
Yo, we're good.
Just take some
Oh, yeah.
Just sign the petition to get
And
him
I'm
on the
going to
ballot.
run for governor.
You gonna run for governor?
Right? On the Green Party. And if you sign the petition, help me get on the ballot. Would you do that?
Yeah, I guess so.
Just
Very
take some
good.
more.
Right here. Show her what to do. Where's the pen? Wait.
Yeah, the pen's
That's an intelligent voter.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Take care.
Yeah. Oh. Good afternoon. Buenos tardes. Good afternoon. First of all, I want to give my greetings to all the men and women behind the walls of the Gulag. I will repeat again. My wife and I get your letters. And attached to your name is a DIN number. And again, I say to you, you men and women who are incarcerated, You're a human being. You're not a DIN number. You act like a human being, and you struggle to be treated like a human being. Men of high office have committed worse crimes, never been imprisoned, and of course didn't have a DIN number. I don't remember who asked me, so I went up to Greenhaven, the prison, New York State. I'd been there before. Somebody asked me to go and visit this prisoner. I know he won't mind my using his name. His name was Lucius Boyd. And the visitor's room at Greenhaven is, you come in and it's like, almost like a racetrack. And the prisoners come in on the inside of the track and the visitors are on the outside, sitting on chairs. So I come in, unavoidable, no matter where I go. Everybody recognizes me. Hey, Grandpa, how are you? Blah, blah, blah. And I say hello to people. I don't know anybody there, but people say hello. Kids come running over, Grandpa, they give me a hug, this and this. The prisoner hasn't appeared. A sergeant of the room at that particular time, I pillared him enough, that piece of shit. Sergeant Maldonado, about that big, comes running up to me. He puts his face in my face. You are not allowed to speak to anyone but the prisoner. Back it off. Back it off. I'm not a prisoner here. You ain't going to intimidate me. And if you think that you're going to be the big bad wolf, just remember, I'm not the three little pigs. Just remember that. You want to tell me that? You tell me that nicely. Okay? Now back it up. Get out of my face. The guy finally comes. He'd served 23 years. He'd never had a visitor. And never had a letter. I don't know if I could live under that. I don't know. I sit down. He comes to the inside track. I sit down. We talk. He looks at me. Doesn't know who I am. Doesn't even know why am I there. He's never had a visitor. I mean, I don't know how I digested that. And we talked for about a half hour. And that propelled me and my wife to do as much as we can. I mean, I can't fathom if it was me.
Good afternoon, everybody. This is a short letter. I'm not going to use the prisoner's name. I don't have permission. What he says is, I have written to you on 2 occasions requesting respectfully to be placed on your correspondence list. So please, please, a person like this really needs your help. He's lonesome and wants somebody to write to.
Please, please, do the human thing. You don't want to give away your address or phone number?